Hey, what's up, you guys? It's your girl, LN Riz, the Burnout Coach. You already know what to do. Grab your notebook, grab your pen, and your favorite beverage, and let's jump into this. Listen, I don't know if I'm excited about this tonight, but what I will say is that we need to definitely talk about this. So, one of the number one killers of coaching businesses, or if you have a business, it's just a killer altogether, is overthinking. So the definition of overthinking is to think about something too much or for too long. And if you are a overthinker, I want you to just put it in the chat or just, hide out on the live. You don't necessarily have to put it in the chat. But if you want to and you're like, look, I'm tired of overthinking this thing, I really want to be able to just flow, then you can put it in the chat. I definitely have something for you. Let's go. So, number one, overthinking will cause you to be stuck. Listen, you will get stuck on an idea when you are a overthinker. You begin to do something, right? You have an idea, you putting it together and all of these different things, but then you get stuck there and say, is this idea good enough? Then you start listening to YouTube and Instagram, and you're on Facebook and Snapchat, but you still use Snapchat, but definitely TikTok, and you're seeing all of this information is just flowing everywhere, and you're saying to yourself, is this idea good enough? You start doing what? Comparing your idea to others. You will get stuck in this idea phase and find yourself never launching because you start overthinking the idea. You say to yourself, you know what, God gave me this, I prayed about this, but you never launch. You stay there asking yourself over and over again, is this really the idea? Number two, overthinking will cause you to talk yourself right out of the very thing that you said God gave you. It's the idea. You say, you know what, I was in prayer, he dropped it and I saw it and I knew it, I've been doing it for 50 years, but you get stuck in this particular area and will talk yourself right out of it because you're overthinking it. Listen, this is what I wrote down. Overthinking will talk you right out of the idea that has been designated to you by God to generate wealth. So you're saying, hey, this is what I know I'm supposed to do. This is how I'm supposed to do it. But you're overthinking how to do it. You're overthinking what you should do. You're overthinking who should all be involved. It's a one-stop shop for me. Get in my prayer closet, start praying, start writing out the ideas, start writing down the blueprint for it. Look and see what is it that God is saying to me, looking around to see who's supposed to be connected to this idea, yay or nay, and then we start moving forward. Don't move hastily in a process. You want to take your time because anything that's given to you by God will generate fruit. You will see the fruit of it. But overthinking will cause you to shut down on everything and everybody. This is what overthinking does. It'll have you to talk yourself right out of it. Number three, where does overthinking come from? Now, a lot of people will sit there and say, you know what? I've always been an overthinker. I think about stuff over and over again until I just can't think about it no more. Overthinking comes from lack of trust, lack of confidence, unaddressed trauma. Don't jump off because you're like, oh, everybody always says unaddressed trauma. The truth of the matter is there are some things that's happening on the inside of you that causes you to overthink. So this is what I'm gonna talk to you about really quick. One, those things start speaking for you. Let's talk about those things I'm gonna tell you about, which is number four. Those things that I'm talking about are cousins that's called fear, doubt, procrastination, and perfectionism. Those are cousins. They come together and they ride and they will kill a business because they will cause you to overthink. Fear comes in, and what do fear do? Have a conversation with you about the very idea that you say you're going to launch and say, is it good enough? Maybe I shouldn't, or what if nobody like it, or what if nobody buys? Okay. Doubt will say, well, you know what? Maybe I really didn't hear that. Maybe it really isn't the thing I'm supposed to do. Procrastination comes in. No, perfectionism. Let's go to that one first. Will come in and say, well, hold on. Maybe I better tweak it a little bit more before I launch it. Some people will launch and take it all down because they just heard something or just saw something and say, oh, wait, maybe I should add this to it, trying to make it perfect. Listen to me. Every business owner, every millionaire, every billionaire, every thousandaire, every hundredaire, whatever you want to call them, will tell you Overthinking will not only kill your idea, but the other piece is perfectionism will never get you out of the idea phase and get you into the launch phase, because you will constantly try to perfect it for some folks who ain't gonna buy it anyway. Let me say that one more time. You're constantly trying to perfect it for these folks that won't buy it anyway. The people that want to buy, they're already convinced that this is what they need. They don't need the extra mayo, the extra tomatoes, the extra seed. They want the thing that's raw, ready, and uncut to go. I'm not saying be out here raggedy. Now, that's not what I'm saying. But when you get to a place where you're constantly overthinking and trying to be perfect and starting over again, and you're still in the idea phase, not even in the launch phase. You're still in the idea phase because you're overthinking and trying to make this thing perfect. Perfect for who? Write that down. Who am I trying to make this idea or this business perfect for? Who am I trying to be the perfect coach for? I'm going to get to that in a second. When you start overthinking, fear, doubt, perfectionism, what I started with first, will come in, and they're cousins. Then they move on and they tap in procrastination, because procrastination say, I'm not starting yet. It's not perfect enough. I'm not starting it yet. I don't know if I'm ready. They go to fear. I'm not starting yet. I don't know if I'm really supposed to do this. They're going to doubt. Procrastination come in and is tagged in, and next thing you know, you have not moved out of the idea phase. Coach, you can't keep doing this. Business owner, you can't keep doing this. You don't want to stay in the idea phase. You want to get into the launch phase. This is how you make money. Surprise. Okay. But when you're overthinking, you will sit there and you will do nothing but constantly stay in this particular idea phase. So overthinking triggers stress and anxiety. How do I know? Well, let me tell you something. When you're overthinking, your thoughts are consumed. You're sitting there at night, you get up in the morning, you take a shower, and you're constantly thinking about this thing over and over again. So now you're trying to figure out, how can I perfect it? When should I drop it? Is anybody going to like it? Will they not like it? Will someone say something? And then here's the thing we talked about before with information. You gather all of this information from all of these places and start implementing it into your business, and now it will look like a bunch of gumbo. You need a pow. Don't do that. Okay. Here's what I want you to do. This is what you need to do. Get to the root of it. What is causing your fear? What is causing your doubt? What is causing you to fall into a place of overthinking? What are you? Thank you, Holy Spirit. What is it that you are not confident in? Coaches must be confident. Business owners, I got you. Don't worry about it. But to my coaches tonight, you must be confident. You cannot get clients and sit there, and every time a client says something, you're starting to doubt and go into a fear and into fear mode when they're talking to you. That's not the what's up. When you're working with a client, they need a coach that's confident, that's standing 10 toes down on the framework, the model, the practice that God has given them. They want a coach that knows what they're talking about. They want a coach that knows the material. They want a coach that's able to flow. They want a coach that's able to meet them and to partner with them as they go through their change, their behavior changes. Because that's why people come to you, coach. They come to you because they're looking for some type of change. They're looking for you to do these things. But if you're already dealing with fear, doubt, procrastination, perfectionism, all of this wrapped into auntie confidence, if this is where you are, then guess what? I need you to scale back just a little bit. I need you to get some help. Start uprooting that stuff so you can really show up as your authentic self. So your clients can really get out of you what God put in you. All right. This thing is killing your business when you start overthinking. Here's another one. You're meeting with clients. You have all of this information you want to provide to your client, but now you're overthinking whether or not it's good enough. Should I tell my client this? Should I give my client this? So now you got the client confused because the client is on this roller coaster overthinking with you. We can't do this together. Guess what? They're going to fire the coach because the coach is not helping. The coach is putting me in more of a confused state. At the end of the day, coach, I love you to pieces, but stop overthinking it. If you said that this is the idea, this is the framework, this is the model, this is what you're supposed to do, I need for you to stand on that. And let me give you a secret. You're going to pivot some because that's how business works. Oh, here's another thing. You're going to make some changes as you go. Why? Because you're going to have clients and you're going to say, you know what? I think this will be better if I add this piece. It's not because you're overthinking, but you just saw something that would elevate your business to another level. So now you're adding that piece in, but you're not in the idea phase. You're in the launch phase, and actually you're in the execution phase. When you overthink, you can't move from idea to launch. When you overthink, you will be in a relaunch phase as well. That's the other one that I did not say earlier, but I want to tell you that people who are overthinkers will relaunch a thing over and over again. Every time you look around, they're revamping their website and they're relaunching their business. How many more times, coach, are we going to relaunch this thing? We're relaunching this course again. Why? We're relaunching this program again. Why? We're relaunching this. What are we relaunching now? Why are we relaunching? If it's not working and it's a garbage idea, trash it. Let's go. Your clients want to work with someone who knows what they're doing. You do not want to constantly keep yourself in a place of overthinking because you will not have a successful business. You can't work like that. You just cannot. So at the end of the day, coaches, I jumped around a little bit. I have my notes in front of me, but there were some things that came to mind, and it's cool because I'm standing on what I'm telling you. I'm going to stand 10 toes down on what I'm saying. Why? Because I'm a coach and I get it. But I'm also a coach who said overthinking doesn't work for me. I said this to God. I was like, Lord, why am I not producing fruit? And God was like, because you're overthinking it. And when you overthink it, what happens is when I say you talk yourself out of it, you'll start thinking that the very thing that God said to you was not what he really said. And now you're talking yourself out of what he told you to do. And now you're not producing fruit. When I'm talking about producing fruit, I'm talking about actually having clients and making money. So I'm coming to say, hey, coach, I want you to make some money. Hey, business owner, I want you to make some money. I want you to have the thousands or the hundreds for some people, the millions, right? I want you to move in those levels of wealth. But how can you move there when you're still in the idea phase, when you're still in the launch phase, when you're still relaunching this thing over and over again, when you're not pivoting, but you're just sitting? So anyway, I'm off of that for the night. We're going to talk again. I'll be back so we can converse a little bit more, but I definitely want you as a coach to do what you got to do. I love you. I thank God for you. I'm ready for your business to do what it do. And I need you to get out of the idea phase. The launch phase, I need you to move so we can execute, and out of the relaunch phase and start executing. Pivot. I want to say this to someone because can't even see who's on here or whatever. But this is what I do want to say this to you. I need for you to pivot. I need for you to pivot in the thing that you know that's not working. You know it's not drawing in the clients, but you know for a fact this is what you're supposed to do. For instance, I know I'm supposed to help women in business overcome burnout, reconnect to their purpose, and make money again. I know for a fact that I deal with stress management. I know for a fact that I deal with accountability. I know these things. But if something is not working, I'm like, okay, Lord, this ain't working. I need to pivot. So what am I doing? I'm hiring somebody who does systems because I was like, I think I need a better system. As a matter of fact, I know I do. Because in my day job, because I do have a day job, what I realize is that the proper systems being in place really does elevate your business. And not only that, it does keep people out of a place of stress, and it keep your business flowing where people are able to say, oh, you know what you're doing. This makes sense. It makes the process seamless in so many words. Guess what? So I want to do it. When the process is seamless, I want to do it. I don't want to do anything when I have to put all of these pieces together for you and try to figure it out. What am I saying? I found something in my business and I know I need to pivot in this area because I need it to be better as a coach, because I need my clients to have a seamless process. I don't need them stressed and burned out trying to meet with me. That don't make sense. What I'm saying to you is look at your business. What do you mean by that, Latanya? Oh, I know. Do an assessment of your business. See where you need to pivot. See what it is in your business currently that's not bringing forth the fruit, which means it's not bringing money and clients are not really interested in that piece. Look at it. Is it trash? Okay, it's trash. It's not working. Let's put that down. Some stuff you put down because it's just not time. You were never supposed to launch that. You got to put it down and then pick it back up later, because now you have the pieces in place. But at the end of the day, do a business inventory, a business assessment, whichever one you want to call it, and pivot so you can launch. And this time, go into execution. I want to say this too. Don't buy another product that you're not going to implement into your business. Don't buy another product that you have not vetted before you implement it into your business. Don't buy another class. Don't go anywhere else. You want me to tell you why? Because you got about 10 things currently sitting on your computer, sitting on your phone that you have not used. I need you to go back and I need you to look at that. And I need you to see, is this something that I need to use as I make this pivot, right? As I pivot, I need you to look at those things, because some of the tools that you currently have, they're good enough. You don't need anything else. And guess what? You need a framework. If you are a coach, you need a framework, meaning you need a model, some kind of framework that's going to take you from A to Z. I have a framework for my business. This framework keeps me on track, and this framework keeps me focused on what I do as a coach. So you need a framework. My framework, I use it when I'm working with my clients. My framework is what I implemented into my business because it's what God gave me. And once I really got an understanding of how powerful having a framework is, I knew I needed to implement this right away, and I needed to flush it out, and I needed to make it make sense for my business. I didn't get it from anyone. It wasn't a framework that a guru gave me. I'm telling y'all, I spent time with God, and he literally downloaded this framework for my clients. So you need a framework. This will keep you focused. This will keep you totally in tune with your business and what it is that you, as a coach or a business owner, should be doing for your clients. With my framework, I know for a fact this is what I'm supposed to do for my clients. And guess what it does? It keeps me from overthinking. I don't have to overthink, because each area within my framework, I base different products, different things that I offer to my clients off of this. I have events as a coach. Guess what? When I do an event, it's more than likely, always, I'll say that, based upon my framework. You won't see me doing something that doesn't make sense because it's a part of my framework. So I'm focused. I know that when I get people in the room, I'm not just shooting from the hip. I have a framework. I used to. Now let's be transparent. I used to. But now that I have this framework, which I've had for some time, this framework really does help me to stay focused and to keep me authentic to myself and who I am as a coach. So I'm Ellen Riggs. I'm the burnout coach, and we're done for tonight. Okay. I love y'all. You'll probably see me tomorrow. And if not tomorrow, you'll see me later this week. You'll definitely see me on Saturday morning. So if you don't already follow me on any social media channels, you need to go ahead and follow me, because I'll be dropping some info. Oh, I keep saying I was going to tell you all this. I haven't said it yet, but I'll say it tonight. I do have a brunch coming up in Metro Detroit. It's going to be on April 6th. Yes, there is a cost. Yes, I'm going to dig into you pretty deep. Yes, I'm going to deal with all of the foolishness that's keeping you from making money. Yes, I'm going to deal with the inner you, because that's just who I am as a coach. But guess what? I will have some friends in the room. Now, let me tell you what we're not going to do at this brunch is talk you to death. Baby, come in ready to work. I don't care how you dress. I don't care what your hair look like. I don't care what shoes you got on. All I care about is you coming in there with your notebook and your pen. But I will have some just in case you come unprepared, which you should not. But anyway, if you do, when you come up in there, we ready to work. I don't have time to talk you to death. I need to give you stuff that you can implement when you leave out of the door. And so will my friends. We're not doing all of the workshop speakers that's going to talk to you for 30, 40, 50 minutes and all. We're not doing that. We're in there to work. We need to meet with you. We need to talk to you, which is why the number is so small. We need to be able to dig into your business with you and figure out alongside you, partnering with you, to figure out where you are on your journey, where you're supposed to be and how you're going to get there. We're leaving out of there with the how, and we're implementing what we leave. Now, let me tell you something about me. The accountability piece, you need that. And I'm going to talk about accountability. I wasn't even supposed to be on here this long, but whatever. The accountability piece, we definitely need to talk about that, because when you leave these events, when you leave these tables, if you don't implement, baby, what did you just spend that money for? You have to implement. But what I see is, as business owners, and I said this Saturday, go back and listen to the live, you can't work in a silo. You can't work in silos. You need accountability, because somebody can call me. Now, my friends, they do. So what are you doing? So I saw you were doing this. I thought you was doing that. I thought this was happening. All of these different things, because they're holding me accountable as the burnout coach, because I have a business that I need to run. Even though I work full time, I'm a part-time business owner. So that's what you're doing. You need the accountability. That's why I'm saying, bring your friend, bring your bestie, bring the person that you on the phone with talking about money and all this stuff with business. That person needs to be in a room with you if you come to this brunch. I'm not open for everybody and their mama coming. I really am praying for God to send the people that need what's going to come out of our mouths as we sit at this table. The way the setup is going to be, we're not doing all those individual tables, because we're not working in a silo. We're working together as a full family. We coming up in there, and nobody wants your business idea. Let me say that too. Okay? Because your trust issues start talking for you. That is not what they're doing. We're coming to the table to talk. If you say, hey, I'm a coach, this is what's going on, I'm trying to pivot like this, we're talking about it. But we're digging into your business, period. So come in ready to work and ready to leave out of there saying, okay, so when I leave, I know I can send this email. When I leave, I know I can contact this person. When I leave, I know I can plan this. I already know that I have that. So this is the way I want people to leave on fire and ready to do the work. I've been on here for 20 minutes. I said I was going to be on here for 10 to 15. I'm about to go. I love y'all though, with the love of the Lord. Okay. And I'll see y'all soon. Hopefully, I'll see some of y'all at the brunch. All right. Take care.